Hey guys, DRush211 here to walk you through part 2 of the tutorial series for the speedrun of Dragon Warrior 1 GBC. We're going to be doing the choker split. So to start, let's kind of walk back through where we've got to. We've got to level 4 and we've got a couple herbs and no torches. That's the only thing you really care to pay attention to here. We're about to go do a shop, and the only things you need to do are to max out your herbs and to get 2 torches. This is actually kind of the beginner route on how we do things. There's a little more advanced strat you can do where you can go through a cave without a torch, and that's not something I'd recommend early on. I would recommend just going the route that I'm going to show you here. Personally, I actually think it's faster for myself. I know there's a little bit of debate over what's going to be faster. There's kind of an advanced strat you can do going the way that I do, so it's kind of up to preference once you get to it, but I would start here at least. So you notice we stayed at the end. Don't stay at the end twice. That was bad on my part, but such is life. But we're going to start. We're going to buy 2 torches, and then we're going to max out on herbs. So you notice we were at 2 herbs, and we're going to buy 4, and then we're going to walk away. And then we're just going to head down to Rocky Cave, and that's where our choker is. The choker is a very important item. It sells for 1,200 gold, but it's only a 1 in 16 chance of getting. You might notice the way we did our buying is going to be perfectly suited to make sure we get the choker. It doesn't mean we're going to get it first try, but we have a chance of getting it anytime we want. So on the way down, you're going to fight any small enemies you encounter. I'd also suggest fighting magicians, doing them by hand, scorpions, casting a fireball, and running from everything else. That includes a Magistraki or a skeleton. The skeleton, make sure you keep your HP above 16 here. If you get under that threshold, I would personally do an herb. And if you're at 16 or around 20 when you fight a skeleton, the first thing I would do is herb. He's going to outspeed you, he's going to do a lot of damage, and then you're going to try to run away. But if you fail to run, you die. So that's why I would suggest herbing up. It'll get you to the max health, and then you can run away. So we're going to use a torch. And if you notice, we still have 7 items left. That's important because we're going to grab 3 items here in the cave. So that's going to give us our max slot of 10, which means that when we come up to the choker chest later on, we can actually select not to take the item in the chest, and then just keep going for the chest again and again until we finally get the choker. So here we got some bad runaway luck, but you just keep running and then you heal up. So for the first floor, you're unlikely to run into any skeletons. I'm actually not sure if you can, but I always kind of prepare as if you could run into them. And I would follow the same things that I did on the walk here, in that I would only fireball a scorpion, and I would run from anything else. On the second floor, you'll fight things like Drakimas, and that's the thing I would fireball, and everything else run away. Once we get to basement 2, I'll kind of talk more to that. Just got to level 5. Level 5 is kind of important. It's not a necessity, but it is very nice. It gives you 4 more HP, which can be a huge deal if you have bad luck with the scorpions or anybody else. And then you have 2 agility, which makes you more likely to go first in a fight. So I always recommend trying to get to level 5 if possible. I mean, don't go out of your way to get it, but if you can, like if you need to fight a scorpion or if you need to fight a magician for it, go ahead and do so. So just follow the pattern I've got here. It's actually fairly simple, and you can actually do a bonk route if you don't have a torch. That's how some of the other runners do it. Bonk route means you just walk into the wall until you hear a bonk, and then you take right, left, whatever you need to go and continue. But with the torch, you can avoid all the bonks. Just follow the same pattern I am, and you're good to go. I actually have in my GitHub notes the exact floor layout here, so you can walk through that and kind of figure out how you need to go. So now that we're on basement 2, all of the enemies here are actually much stronger. They'll all usually do between 9 to 12 damage per hit, especially if they have fireballs. So yeah, with this skeleton, you notice I'm going straight for the herb. I want to max out my HP so I can get 3 flee attempts in. You're actually not guaranteed to flee on your 3rd or 4th try, but it's high likelihood you'll be able to. So if not, I mean, unfortunately, that's probably going to be a reset, but such is life. Such is the life of a speedrunner, is to reset. So the first thing we do, we're going to go down. We're going to pick up the Strength Seed and the Mystic Seed. We'll get into a battle here, actually. But good luck not getting put to sleep there. If you get put to sleep, he could just wipe you, and there'd be nothing you can do about it. So we've got the Mystic Nut, so that's 2 items, getting us to 9. and we're about to head up and go get the iron shield. There's an advanced strat with the iron shield where you don't equip it until we die a little bit later in this cave, meaning you can do it when you already have a menu up you have to have. That's an advanced strat. I would not suggest doing that while you're still learning, because you're not going to know exactly like when to herb. You're not going to be able to make sure of all your health. So just use the iron shield. It basically doubles your defense, and you're going to be safe for the rest of the cave. So I'm down to 1 herb. This is actually why I kept all of my MP, is so that I have enough heals to make sure I can get to the choker. You cannot use that last herb. If you do, it's basically a reset, because you don't have enough items to actually make it to choker, and then try to actually do the choker logic where you can just keep throwing the items back into the chest. So, of course, you could just exit the cave and go get herbs, but I mean, at that point, it might as well be a reset. So we're at full items, so you notice we got the torch, and we left it there. So I'll kind of show you what happens if you just select. You actually have a safety here, in that you can select something and then back out immediately as well. So it's not too bad if you mash through it, but like try to be paying attention here. And we got a choker 4th try, 1 in 16 chance, so it's actually pretty good. I consider an average choker to be about by roll 7 to 9, but that's just kind of me personally as well. I've had as many as 50, so it's all up to luck. And then reset as you feel necessary. Obviously, depending on your PB and what you're doing and what your goal is, like a reset early might be necessary. Okay, and so now we're basically going to die and try to go back to the castle, but since we have so much MP and these enemies are worth a good bit of experience, we're going to fight it out a little bit. So we're kind of hoping for Drakimas, honestly. If we got 5 Drakimas, that'd be 100 experience, and they all die in pretty much 1 hit. I think it's probably, in my personal opinion, around like a 75% chance they're going to do it. I don't know the exact math, but it's a high likelihood you're going to 1-hit their Drakimas. So if you can do that, great. They give actually the most experience besides the skeletons, and pretty much everybody outside of Drakimas need to have 2 hits. I guess the Druid actually gives the most experience in here, but he's also the most dangerous. And there you go. 1 hit to Drakima, got 20 experience. Good day. So, yeah, unfortunately it's just kind of wandering here. We have no way of forcing an encounter. Later on when we get the Shiny Harp, we can actually force encounters, but for now, just wander back and forth, and the skeleton's probably going to kill us, quite honestly. And he did. But that's fine. This is exactly where we wanted to go. So this is another one of the strength seed rolls. Make sure you save here, and then do a strength roll. You're looking to make sure you got 5 or 6, depending on what your strength roll was earlier. So we got a 3, so that's perfect. Make sure your equipment's good. You're going to use the Mystic Nut. Then you're going to Warp Wing out of here. So that is the end of Split 2. That should be all you need to know about the Choker Split. And thank you for watching, and hopefully you move on to Split 3. That's where we're going to go to the Shiny Harp.